Hey guys, Shot the Monkey here. So I want to bring you another World of Warplanes review. This time we are covering the Tier 3 premium German bomber, the Junkers Ju-86E. This is an aircraft that was available for the operation orders out of the operation orders on the Flaming Shore or for the Flaming Shore event. One of the aircraft that I was lucky to get from that event, along with the HS-129, and then a couple of aircraft that I also got on my North American account. I missed out the Tier 4 German bomber, the premium, the HE-111, although if that ever comes up in the premium shop on sale or appears in an event again to get, I'm going to try my damnedest to get that. Because based upon how the Ju-86 has treated me so far, it's certainly going to be an enjoyable experience, as the Ju-86 has been, but we'll get into that. First of all, I'll give you a quick run through of the stats. Gun armament. It's your defensive armament of your 3 machine gun positions, 1 in the front in the ball turret, the top turret position or ventral turret position, and then the underside turret position as well. Firing arcs for these guns, specifically the front gun and the top gun, are quite nice. The bottom gunner position, when it deploys, is pretty limited in terms of traverse, but the gun depression and gun elevation for it is quite nice, so you don't have to worry too much about being attacked from underneath, because most aircraft you will be able to put fire on as they climb up into you. Bombs and rockets, lots of them, lots of damage. 16 50kg bombs with a cumulative damage of 24,000. 36-second resupply time, at least on my aircraft. I'll tell you guys now, they drop in groups of 4, so you get 4 runs at this. So usually 1 run of 4 is usually enough to take out most targets, unless it's the large heavily armoured target, in which case, just to be sure, whack 2 on it. You still have then 2 more left, so it's 3 ground targets in a run, usually 4 ground targets in a single run. And then a 36-second resupply time, which might seem like a lot, looking at the number, just in the hangar, but it really isn't in the actual game. You can usually get quite a few runs out of this thing, unless your team is either particularly on point or particularly terrible in either of those 2 cases. Survivability, again, lots of it. You have 600 hit points to start off with, a very nice resistance to fire and a reasonable resistance to critical damage. And then as you can see with my equipment, I've whacked a whole lot of extra resistance and tolerance effects onto this aircraft. So this thing could take an absolute battering and just not care. You can have guys sat behind you for as long as they like, and your gun armament will certainly get a chance to effect a few critical hits, if not shoot the guy down before he's taking you out. Especially if you can master the art of flying this so that you can get both your top turret and bottom turret positions to fire at them at the same time, because there are certain angles that both these guns can achieve whereby both of them can be shooting at the same target at the same time, even if it's level with your aircraft and on your tail. They can both hit it because of the way that the aircraft is designed. And that's been great fun trying to work that out and trying to put it to good effect to abuse the people that come up to the altitude that I'm flying at and shooting me down. Airspeed, it doesn't exist. This thing is not particularly fast. As a general rule, any aircraft that can climb up to your altitude is probably going to catch you unless it's a tier 2 biplane, in which case sometimes you just kind of have to feel sorry for them because you can just shoot them with impunity and there's very little they can do. But if you're running into tier 3 and tier 4 aircraft, especially heavy fighters at tier 3 or tier 4, they will catch up to you quite easily. So your speed is irrelevant there. The flight time from one point to another isn't too bad. If you've flown bombers before, especially the low tier ones, you'll be used to it at this point. If you're a fighter pilot moving into bomber aircraft, no, it's not quick at all. It's quite terrible, in fact. Maneuverability. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to say. It's bad. I mean, it's really bad. I think, like, how do I put an analogy to the maneuverability of this aircraft? The Earth spins faster than this thing does. As in, if the Earth became a fighter in World of Warplanes, or any aircraft in World of Warplanes, it would complete turns faster than you do. It would certainly roll faster than you do. Generally, you're just slow. You can classic serpentine manoeuvre to abuse poor roll rates on heavy fighters, but that's about it. You're not going to outturn anything anytime soon unless they're really terrible in actually keeping on your tail. As you can see, average time to turn 360 degrees is 23 seconds, which doesn't look that bad, but it's worse than most fighters you run into. Your rate of roll at 20 degrees a second is terrible. Also, I don't think bombers can actually roll inverted as far as I recall. Your minimum optimal speed of 140 is pretty nice. Your maximum optimal speed of 420. You rarely see that unless you're in a dive, and then a 90 stall speed is rather fun to have, especially if you start pushing the altitude performance on this thing. Which, speaking of altitude performance, so altitude performance, minimum optimal altitude 1200 meters, kind of okay-ish, but usually spawn at around 1600 when it comes to altitude performance, so that's okay. Maximum optimal altitude is 1800 meters. I usually fly it around there, but there are times where you will either be forced or just feel the need to go above that, and you can quite comfortably, usually up to about 2500. Service ceiling of 3,600 meters. I've never got it there. If you own this aircraft and you have got this aircraft to 3,600 meters and it hasn't stalled out, just dropped out of the sky without you having the boost on permanently, this is ground control to Major Tom. How's the weather up there? Ahoy, Intergalactic Space Station. Hope you're having fun. Rate of climb 29 meters a second, more than acceptable for an aircraft of this size and with the engines that it's got. Doesn't feel like a hindrance at all. That's my opinion on it, at least. With that being said, I'll let you guys get on with watching the footage I've got lined up for you. There's not as much bombing in this one as there was in the last one, because during the sessions that I've played between the last video and this one, everybody wanted to come and shoot me down. It was an absolute party of fun up at the altitude that I was flying at. Or I just got really annoyed with a single specific AR2 in one game and decided to go up and chase him. And that was quite a lot of fun as well, if not the most drawn-out engagement that I've ever had. But, of course, you'll see all that coming up. But as usual, guys, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to leave a like or dislike and a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you like what you see and if you want to see more videos. And as always, thanks very much for watching. And I'll see you all next time.
Air supremacy achieved. Victory is in sight. Keep it up. Hang in there. You'll soon be cut off from support. I say again, support will not be available. I'm proud. We have complete control of the skies. Way to go. Victory is in sight. Keep it up. Great job. Be advised, the enemy is concentrating forces near the airfield. is in sight. Keep it up. Receiving reports about rapidly deteriorating weather conditions. Support will be unable to reach you. Do you read me? Over. I'm proud. Positions are captured by the enemy. You must turn the tide of the battle. We've taken over the command center, requesting support. Hang in there. You'll soon be cut off from support. I say again, support will not be available. They've almost got us. We cannot support you any longer. The storm is too heavy. Do you copy? Over. Enemy bombers inbound. Don't let them reach their target.